Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah.
A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. Now, once again, I'm going to go ahead and talk a few things about anything that's school related, and the next thing I'm going to be talking about is diplomas. The last thing I talked about was pencils, and of course, that subject was a pretty good thing to touch up on, but now, anyone who's going to be graduating this year should get to know the fact that diplomas are the big thing to earn. One of the biggest achievements that anyone has ever earned in their life would have been a diploma. A school diploma or a college diploma, regardless of what degree it may be in. But of course, let me tell you about a story of mine. In all honesty, is the day I received my diploma was Saturday afternoon, June 9th, 2018. Every single graduate of 2018, including myself, was sitting down on the football field, Menominee Falls High School, near Appleton Avenue, Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, in America. And we were all hearing about the things, the messages that were taught upon by administrators and others out there on the podium. Everybody else was sitting on the sidelines or in the stands to the left of us. And of course, from my perspective, there were lots that I was able to get a hold of. And from what I can tell you right now is that there's so many things about there that I was looking forward to do in my future. I was more than excited to try and find out what I was going to do next, especially starting tomorrow after that day. So, of course though, things didn't really go the way they should have been. Because let me tell you, during our practice session, our little trial session, which took place in the gymnasium in the high school itself, a few days before then, we pretty much did the same exact thing. We all had to register our email addresses that aren't school provided, but email addresses that we had on our own terms, in order to get ourselves some good transcripts and the like. And so, that night ended up ending with an Earth, Wind, and Fire song, Serpentine Fire, playing in the background. But on the actual event, the actual ceremony on Saturday, June 9th, it was different. It was Saturday night, which I felt was appropriate because Earth, Wind, and Fire's Saturday night really did coincide with the fact that it was a Saturday night, although it was actually more of an afternoon. It wasn't technically a night because it wasn't as dark out as it should have been, but I still feel like that it was somewhat appropriate. Kind of a pre-alpha stage sort of way to go, but I'd say good for you. 2 thumbs up for that. But of course, here's the big picture about the whole story of the ceremony itself. It hasn't even been 2 years, but let me tell you, I am still stunned. Too stunned to comment, but I'm going to try my best at it. The same person who was responsible for saying my whole name incorrectly the first time on the trial night, I ran back over to that podium where that person was standing, and I explained, my name is J. Nowak, and not anything else. But let me tell you that on the actual event, it was my. That same person was up there. I kept saying under my own breath that it's J. Nowak, and I shouldn't say anything else in that, but that's not what happened. I said my name, my full name, incorrectly again. I was more than just pissed off, embarrassed, and traumatized at the same time that I was actually wanting to run out of the football field and onto the street. I am not kidding. That's literally what I wanted to do that time. The second I heard that name, that incorrect name, that's literally what I felt. I felt like running out of the football field, heading onto the street, and just keep on going until I was never seen again. Because it was a moment like that that was just beyond unacceptable. I literally just don't really care at this point because of the fact that they don't want to hold themselves accountable for saying my name incorrectly twice. And I literally cannot imagine if they want to say my name incorrectly a third time if I ever saw them again, but hopefully that never does happen. And now, other than all of this, other than everything else that I've already mentioned around here, I was able to still get my diploma, which honestly is a whole lot better than me just simply getting fussed up about having a bad name like that, a name that's incorrect, and just people that don't want to say my name correctly to begin with. I could say for sure that having a school diploma, a high school diploma that I worked 12 years for, more than 12 years now, but still, I'd say it was totally worth it. Totally worth the embarrassment, the traumatization, and the extreme levels of stress that was building up inside of my body from that moment right there. But for anyone else who's getting ready to graduate this year, I'd say have yourself a good time and try not to let any of these problems get you down. I certainly never let them get me down to begin with, so at this point, I'd be more than willing to try and let it go, but I never turn down unfinished business. And now, if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.